Yes, to begin with, when Ian had restored it, that was in 1987. I was still running the restaurant, but we had a lady managing it when we had exhibitions, so it was just purely for art exhibitions at that time. And then in 97, I left Carmi. We came to live down in the harbour, restored an old Carib warehouse down above Set. And of course I was on the doorstep then, and I was sort of retired, but still wanting to do something. So with Ian's connections through property enquiries and sales all over the north, he'd met a guy who lived near Erjan Airport, and he had lots of antiquities, not antiquities, you're not allowed to sell antiquities, Cypriot artefacts, the old bread trays and the troughs and pots and things that were prolific, at that time. So he used to bring a wagon load over, and everybody around there got, them lying around the grounds, and, they just didn't use them. They would perhaps use one bread tray, but they got surplus. Great big stone jars that they kept the olive oil and the water in. And so that's how we came to start selling that type of thing. And of course he bought old chests and the dowry chests and mirrors and ploughs, the sort of stone, the flint back dredge, pull along harrowing tools. So then we started to sell that kind of thing, and then the Butte-Connaught Delcroft Centre started to get going, and we met Ismail and Lois there. But of course she had no retail outlet from her place there at that time. She just was encouraging the local people to start making the handicrafts that they'd made in the past. So we brought them over here to sell, and he would make wooden items, spoons and crosses and all sorts of things, small things that we could sell. And then when their business developed, of course the lines developed, and then we also started to sell Lefkara drawn threadwork, and they'd started to make that again at a cooperative in Lefkosia. They would buy the linen from Ireland and the cotton from Switzerland, thread, and give it to the ladies who were able to do the work. So they would make it in their homes, and then they'd get paid.
And you still got that here now?
Yes, the Lefkara is there on the top of that chest.
So it's still
there.
Irish linen and...
Yes, it's always been made like that. They have to have that for the warp and the weft of the threads, so that it's it's designed to. Well, they found that it's designed in the way that makes their work accurate. And a good piece of Lefkara should be as good on the back as it is on the front.
That's Lefkara.
Yes. Lefkara was a Cypriot village in the south, is a Cypriot village in the south, where Turkish and Greek Cypriots lived together before 74. But of course when the Turkish ones came back up here to live, they'd lost the contacts to get the materials to make it, so they stopped making it. So this is where Lois stepped in with her Cypriot connections and her, drive and force behind the people, and they've now got an actual school in Chirova where they teach local women, and we've got photographs, there's one over there I think, of 3 generations all sitting together making the Lefkara. So the youngsters are still doing it. And then of course the silk cocoon pictures developed into another craft that we can sell. They now make the pictures and put them onto little items like spectacle cases, and there's a wine bottle cover there with the silk cocoon work on it. And the ladies, of course, then started to work in the Butte Harn in Lefkosia. So there are little cottage industries there, and we buy from them. So it's been difficult to find things that are actually made here. There isn't an awful lot that's actually made here, but of course Turkey has got lots of things that we can bring over. We import Turkish goods, but we don't import anything from anywhere else. So so it's developed from that really. Once I was living down here, I was able to develop it with Ian, and so we've encouraged local artists to come and display their work. A lot of the work at the moment is up at the Abbey Svetlana's staging an exhibition up there with about 8 other artists this next 3 weeks, and they're hanging the pictures this morning. So Kate Fensom and a lot of her friends are all up there. So they've taken their pictures from here to hang there for 3 weeks. So we've had exhibitions since, and but we tend to not to do that anymore because there are now places in and around the town that are more suitably equipped with the lighting and the space.
Like the library, for example.
Yes,
that's nice.
it's perfect. And of course they've got straight walls. We haven't got straight walls here. But then we developed once the Green Jacket bookshop closed down, we bought all Brian's stock that he had left, and so then that started another little part of the business to sell books. But as you know, it's not easy to get books from the UK. It's quite an expensive exercise, other than bringing them back in my suitcase, which is a bit difficult too. So, but I do sell a small selection of books, and now of course the other bookshops are open, so that's not so important. But yeah, we encourage local people, and Cypriots as well as expats, and to bring their wares in here, and we sell them for them. Good morning. So that's it in a nutshell.